Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week we have a Profit Orb event for Idle Heroes. Last week was Chinese New Year, where you guys could get loads of rewards, so everyone's hyped up and hopefully managed to get something cool. Well, this week things are a little quieter, and hopefully you managed to claim everything from last week, because if you didn't, well, you're a bozo who missed out on a very cool event. But as I said, this week's a little quieter, so don't take that same expectation and bring it forward. There were leaks about a gala for this week, but that wasn't the case. More on that later, so hopefully you aren't too disappointed. But you're probably wondering, what's that thing up there in the corner? Well, right now I'm doing a subathon over at twitch.tv/MKxJUMP, where I'm basically live 24/7. So if you want to come and tune in, say hi, regardless of what time of the day it is, basically I'm always live. So if you want a little bit of account advice, come say hello. But if you want something a little more personal, why not consider backing me on Patreon? It's a way you can support my channel financially, and in return, get yourself perks such as account reviews, which we do on Tuesdays. I say Tuesdays, but because it's a subathon, I'm live 24/7, so we might even do more account review sessions if you're lucky. So as I said, come join us. If you want to back me on Patreon, well, you can find a link up there in the corner of the screen, and a shout out goes to Amish Pudel, who is this week's new backer. So if you want to be like him, consider checking out Patreon. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. So, last week was Chinese New Year, and you get all your bonus rewards for that, assuming you did do some of those New Year bags. Look what I managed to get on the Turbo series. I got tons of cores, I got tons of Contract Starry Gems, Glorious Relics, Starspawn cores. I got very, very lucky, so that's very nice. But enough about that stuff. Every day for logging in this week, you're gonna get yourself 5 sweet lollipops and 1 profit orb. So make sure you log in every day to get all your sweet lollipops so that you can go ahead and do the Fantasy Factory, because that's probably the most interactive thing you're going to be doing this week. Your profit orbs, save them, because this week's profit event isn't that special. And we'll take a look at why right now. So we got our value packages. Basically, you can go ahead and spend money to get gems, profit orbs, and sweet lollipops. Should you do this? Probably not. Should you use your Contract Starry Gems? Probably not. There's no big fancy event attached to this. This is completely simple. The only thing attached here is the New Year growth plan, but this has been here for the last 2 weeks anyway, and it's just giving you extra bonus stuff if you need it. There's no Moonlight Gift or anything rewarding you for spending your money, so if you haven't bought these things yet, there's no reason to buy them this week. Just wait for next week, and if there's a Moonlight Gift next week, then go and buy those things, assuming you haven't got them yet. So that's completely fine. You don't need to go and buy that now. This week has nothing like that added to it. We've got the Lollipop Factory package. Now, this package, in all fairness, is very, very good. You're getting 2,500 Prism Starry Gems. You get 70 Profit Orbs, 35 of the Fantasy Factory Sweet Lollipops. You get 50 Cores of Transcendence, which is a massive amount. I don't think they've ever given 50 in a 100 pack, along with other stuff like this before, but that really has several implications. First of all, Prism Starry Gems keep getting cheaper and cheaper to grab in these fancy special packs, which is A, diminishing the value of normal Prism Starry Gems, and B, kind of showing how I think DH Games are starting to compete with other slightly less legitimate ways of picking up Starry Gems on your account. So, intriguing that they keep adding these things in. They definitely have a certain idea in mind. And 50 Cores of Transcendence is nice, but the biggest problem with this pack, in my opinion, is not the fact it's $100, it's the fact it's giving you double privilege rewards, and that's double honey stars, but with no reason. There's no, hey, well done for getting all these things, here's a reward for getting extra honey stars consumed. There's nothing like that at the end of this event. If they just put that in, it makes this pack way more tempting, because you get cores progressively through the game. Prism Starry Gems, well, you know, you can pick them up during Moonlight Gifts and things. There's nothing here that really jumps out to me as like, oh, you've got to get this. I totally get if someone would want to spend $100 and buy this, because it is a lot of cores, it is a lot of Prism Starry Gems, but those things don't really necessarily translate to things like sublimation and things like destiny improvements, stuff that actually gives you immediate value for your overall account. Maybe if you need some more Prism Starry Gems and you're saving up for an A tier or something, this would make total sense. Or maybe you just need a few more Transcendence Heroes, but I don't think you need to rush out buying this. I think probably give your wallet a break and, yeah, just chill out for a bit. That would be my opinion. And we've got Fantasy Factory here. Obviously, the way this works is as it always does. You just go ahead and drop in the shapes and hopefully get lucky. So go ahead and do that if you can throughout this week, and hopefully you can get some nice rewards. Don't forget as well, the exchange store, you want to keep to the right-hand side, picking up most of these things here, aiming for like Celestial Island resources, grabbing Aurora stars, and hopefully waiting for events that will reward you for using them in the future. And if you can go all the way, if you decide to spend, double your honey stars, you might even find yourself getting an artifact here. An elusive mirror is in the chest for this, so that is pretty fun. Further to that, we have Profit Summon prizes, which you should totally forget about. Don't even bother doing. There's no reward for doing this. And normally we want a Profit Summon event to be like, congratulations, you used 600 Profit Orbs, here's a Sublimation Chest, or here's some Spirit Vein Shards. We haven't got that. We have seen events like that before. This isn't one of them. So in my opinion, regardless of whether you're a free-to-play player or even the highest of spender, you really don't want to be using your Profit Orbs, and you should be saving them for something much more significant. I think the only reason you might want to use your Profit Orbs is to use 50 to get 5 soul symbols, and that's if you're absolutely desperate for those 5 soul symbols because they're going to do something like swap a Garuda into an Eloise, and you've just started, and Eloise is going to get you loads of progress. That's the only reason I would use Profit Orbs this week. And even then, there's other ways to get soul symbols. So even that doesn't sound amazing. And then finally, you've got Heroic Miracle here, which is pretty good. So for this, you need to summon 3 light 5 stars, 3 dark 5 stars, and 5 in every other faction, and you'll get yourself some scrolls, armor, you get Profit Orbs, and you get Sweet Lollipops, which can help you in the Fantasy Factory. Now, the armor here, you're just going to use it in the Grey Dwarf's Blessing for resonance stuff, and if you do all of that stuff, you get yourself a Natalie, which is fantastic. She's going to be great if you're transcending her, or you're wanting to awaken the copy. She's a light hero, so she's pretty rare, so getting this is nice. But other than that, there's nothing really crazy this event. For a lot of people, it's just going to be putting hexagons in holes, grabbing the Natalie copy, and calling it a week. So, folks, let me know what you're doing in the comment section down below. Let me know if you're going to actually go ahead and buy this package. Some of you will, some of you won't. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Even the free-to-play players in chat, if you had the money, would you buy this or would you save it? Let me know. Now, next week, we have a preview. It's telling us we've got Sky Labyrinth, we've got ourselves Mysterious Chest, and we've got ourselves a Wishing Coin event with Sherlock? Okay, that's wild. I've no idea what's coming up. We could have a gala, we might not. There's all sorts of things that could happen, and you might be thinking, yo, MK, I saw on some leaks online that we were supposed to be having a gala this week. Where is it? Well, that was a Photoshop, that you weren't actually getting one, and it was pure troll. I didn't even see that. But hey ho, it's what people were telling me in chat. I think it's very funny. But no, there's no gala this week. It's probably next week if it's going to happen at all. And even then, it might be a little bit longer. Either way, folks, that's it for this week's event. Nothing too crazy, nothing surprising. It is just a super quiet event after Chinese New Year. And that's perfectly normal. I wouldn't get upset. As much as I would love to have sublimation every single week, we're not getting it. And that's life. So, folks, have a chill week, enjoy yourselves, and hopefully you can get some rewards even though there's not much going on. And if you can't, that's fine, because not anyone else is. So the people you compare yourself to are also not getting many rewards this week either. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. And folks, don't forget to subscribe if you want to catch more of these event reviews on a Friday, as I do them every week to let you know what you need to do to get the maximum rewards on your Idle Heroes account. Either way, I'll see you next time. Have an amazing week. And of course, happy idling.